putting in my 2 cents. Everyone has 2 cents to put in, and everyone's philosophy quite often is kind of designed to help you get through life as we know it. But I was talking about alligator hide, and you have to be tough like that, and resilience to be able to ward off negativity. I mean, people have said to me, words don't mean anything unless they're true. That's not true. Words hurt. Words are the same as a thorn on a rose. They look nice, but boy, some of them can really hurt. Did anyone ever study an alligator, crocodile, and wonder how they survived so many hundreds of millions of years? Thick skin. Thick skin. Almost impervious paint. That is an element that I think is so necessary in this day and age to be successful. Talent. All right. That's a given. You have to have some of that. Ambition. Yeah. You got to have a hell of a lot of that. And this fear of failure. Good helping of that. Certainly inspires one to get out of bed in the morning. But the most important thing is the alligator hide. You have to be able to take criticism. I believe that some of the most talented people in the world fail because they can't take the criticism. They're too sensitive. Their artistic part of them just can't withstand the withering intellectual verbal bullets that rip them to shreds. In other words, criticism. Believe me, I was told 1,000 times, well, not 1,000, but a few hundred, you're not cut out for this. You slur, you're this, you're that. We can't fit you into any kind of category. You should really quit. Seriously, you know what? You should work behind the scenes. And I went, well, yeah, thank you for that. But everything you're saying is bouncing off. It's like bulletproof. And that's what I'm trying to pass on to individuals, that you have to be able to be like a solid tree. We all share certain traits. For example, I don't like to argue. I don't like stress. I don't like conflict. But sometimes you have to face the conflict and the stress and the source of that and get it out of the way. Don't keep it inside. Somehow you have to purge yourself of this thing that's eating you alive. There's different ways of doing it. Getting it to someone's grill, or you start to use your head and work your way around the problem without offending anyone, but you're getting your point across. But sometimes you just have to offend someone who's offending you. That's fair. And it takes courage. Actually, it takes courage to do a lot of things. It takes a lot of guts to stay in school. It's courage. It takes courage to get up every morning, and bravery, and pushing yourself when you don't want to go to work, to supply food for yourself and your family. It takes courage to stick your head above the crowd and voice your own opinion, even though it's not a popular one, but it's one that you feel so deep in your soul that you have to get it out. You can't go through life living on lies. Quite often, you just have to stand up and grab life by the throat and not let go until you succeed. Courage. You all have it. It's just pushing the red button. Keep punching. Am I going to be caught in this time warp called the past? Because quite often, let's face it, your problems are from the past. If you didn't get the attention you wanted in the first 5 years being nurtured, you're going to have a problem for the rest of your life with nurturing and feeling secure. For example, I feel that nurturing and compassion and love and protection at a very early age, meaning when you're an infant, is more of a priority than food. And when you don't get that when you're young, you crave it your whole life. And quite often, it's also an incentive to do something with your life, to fill it up with some sense of accomplishment, or it's a release for anger, whatever it is. Quite often, I have found that the most damaged people have been the most productive. I know it's a horrible thing to say, but people that are missing chunks in their heart, gaps in their soul, because they weren't given the love and attention when they were very young, that can't be compensated for. Those are holes. Those doors are shut. So it's up to you to lay the groundwork for your future, to not do what other people did to you. So it's juggling. So here's to you all, keeping all these objects in the air and knowing that it's never perfect. Life is one big juggling act. It's like, how do you keep all these objects going around, and then when you drop a few, you got to pick it up again? But it's juggling. You juggle happiness with grief. That's a rough one, because grief never goes away. It sort of rises into the clouds, you might say. It sort of seems as though it's diminishing, and it does, until something brings it back, and therein is the cycle. That's why quite often I find therapists, for certain individuals, a fruitless exercise, because quite often these problems can't be extracted. Bad memories can't be pulled out and diminished. They're there. You just have to balance it. I've come across some of the most miserable people that have everything except what is truly important, and that is peace of mind and going forward without fear, fearlessness. It's not easy. Sometimes you have to lie to yourself. Oh, I'm not afraid. You're terrified. But sometimes lying is good. If that helps get you up those first 3 steps into the ring of life to face an indestructible opponent, so be it. Lie to yourself. Sometimes lying gets the ball going.